Once again, the women are money. Welcome back to the NXT post show. It is Tuesday, April 29th. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, joined by Chinedu Ogu, and we are here to break down tonight's edition of NXT. Chinedu, what a night we had today. What'd you think of the show, and how are you?
I'm doing great. It is always, once again, it's always a great day when we get to hang out with the homie Denise Salcedo and the amazing DWO. It's always a great day to review the best wrestling show on TV, NXT on Tuesday. And I enjoyed the episode very much, guys. I enjoyed it so much. Forgive me, guys. I got to take these stickers. I just got this hat, guys. And I'm not one of those guys that keeps the stickers on their hat. You know, guys that do that. I'm not one of those guys. I got to take this. It's been bugging me. I just got the hat today. I wore it for the show, but I can't wear the stickers. They just drives me crazy. Is
You
anybody
have
like the
no
fellas?
stickers.
Yeah, fellas, any of y'all like that? You know the people that be wearing the stickers on the hat to keep them on. Take the stickers off, guys. Unless it's a collectible, take it off. But great episode nonetheless. I was so excited. This is an awesome episode of NXT. My guy Trick, I feel he's gonna heal, and I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it too, man. I'm on board with heel Trick Williams. I think he looks good. He looks mean. He's been like oiling up so much more lately. I don't know if you've noticed this. I don't know how anybody couldn't have noticed it, by the way, but it's really making him look like he looks bigger in size in terms of like his body mass. Like he just looks, bigger, more muscle. And so I feel like he's definitely bulking up, or maybe it's just standing out a little bit more. I'm not really too sure, but shout out to Trick Williams because I feel and I feel like I've said this before, but I need to reiterate it. The dude is looking like he knows that main roster is calling and it's gonna happen soon. Like that call up is happening, and he is getting ready as possible, as much as he possibly can, to look the part of a professional wrestler. And that is what I feel like he's been doing, because he's always, been in good shape and all of that, right? But I don't know what it is. The last couple of weeks, he's just been looking more prepared for that main roster.
Absolutely, I definitely agree. You know, I always feel weird when I talk about another guy bulking up. Like, man, that dude's getting swole, man. Like, I be feeling weird sometimes about it though. But for him, but for him, I gotta say he's definitely got an amazing shape. Say him and Montez Ford. I say those guys. I don't know how they work out, what they do. I'm afraid to find out because it let me know I don't really want it. Then I don't want it. I like how I look. I'm good. I'm gonna just wear a shirt to the pool. But he is looking amazing though. Like he's getting like very, very swole, very buff. I'm liking it though. Like you said, you could tell he knows that this time next year he's gonna be on Raw or SmackDown for sure.
Yeah, man. And I like it because I feel like you gotta do the work, right? And he's doing the work. He's showing he's showing that he's ready and that he takes this seriously. And I feel like that is super important. So let's get right into it, guys. The big feud that we have right now for Trick Williams is Joe Hendry. And this is exactly the kind of money stuff that I wanted to go down for both Joe Hendry and Trick Williams, because I'm conflicted. My heart here is a little bit shattered, Chin. I love Joe Hendry. I love to sing along. I love to root for him. But damn, I also love Trick Williams, and I love to root for him too. So seeing both of these guys go up against each other, my heart is broken. I can't decide what I want to see happen, how it's going to go down, because I think it's very clear now that Joe Hendry is also somebody that, whenever he's like done with TNA, he's going to be also on Raw or SmackDown. So kind of seeing both of these guys together, these are big time dudes, right? Trick Williams is the biggest name on NXT. Joe Hendry has gotten mainly like super popular and phenomenal. So now you've seen both of those two guys come together and tell this story. I'm excited about what they're doing. We saw it unfold a little bit on TNA Rebellion, as well as last week. We also saw Trick and Joe Hendry. And here's the thing that I like about this, Chin. On top of the star power for both of these guys, they are both really good on the mic. So I feel like that's probably going to be the strong suit when it comes to Joe Hendry and Trick Williams, is the shots that they're going to be throwing to each other, which we kind of saw unfold already last week and this week.
I definitely agree. I don't want this to be like a real quick burn off thing. I want this to last a good little bit because I feel like they can like make this last a good while. A very entertaining feuds, great promos, great back and forths. I'm just happy about this. And I know you said you're conflicted. I'm level with you, okay? And I like both. When it comes down to both these guys, man, look, fuck Joe Hendry, okay? I'm sorry, I said it.
The
I'm
battle
sorry.
lines have been drawn.
I'm sorry. I love you, Joe, man, but F him, okay? Trick wig. Listen, look, the trick wig is back. All right, I'm back on board. I'm back on. Look at it. It's
Trick
here.
Williams is a bad guy, Chinedu. Like, he's the bad guy. He's the heel here. Are you still gonna root for him? Oh, Chin, we lost your audio. You're gone, dude. Joe Hendry, oh my God, you did not believe in Joe Hendry, Chin, and the stars, the wrestling gods were like, F your microphone, Chinedu. This is a bad sign. This is a really bad sign.
I feel Joe did that to my mic. Joe, listen, quit. Listen, if you're watching, because I know you're watching, let me live, okay, bro? Look, you had your time. It's Trick's time. I understand, and I know I said F Joe Hendry. Listen, I know I said it, but I don't mean it all the way. I just mean it between these two, okay? Because it's Trick's time. Not only do I want Trick to win, and again, the Trick wig is back. I'm heel. I like him heel. I didn't switch, okay? I want him heel, and not only do I want to be heel, I want him to win the TNA championship.
Oh, damn. That's a lot in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing. This is why. Okay. Let me break this all down. Okay. I don't know where to begin. All right. So, look, like I said, I'm conflicted. I love both guys. However, I'm kind of really digging heel Trick Williams. And part of me is rooting for Trick Williams in this too. I know, Chin. I know. That's why, look, I love Joe Hendry too, but I'm kind of siding with Trick Williams here. And the only reason for that is because I have been waiting for a moment like this. Joe Hendry has gotten so many great moments, right? He was at the Royal Rumble. He was at WrestleMania. Like, he has lived some of the dreams that so many wrestlers have. Like, he's been there, done that now at this point. Isn't that crazy? And there's still going to be so much more to come for Joe. So many more WrestleMania main events. Like, his name is already in those spots now. But Trick Williams, he's barely still making his way there. Like, we're still just waiting for the guy to go on Raw or SmackDown and do something, like this is a guy that I feel, has really just like built up his track record on NXT. He's built things up, and I'm so on board with the heel version of him. Like, the way that he's presenting himself, he just comes across as a star. And so I want to see Trick Williams also get his due. And here's the thing. You just said you want to see him as TNA champion. Here's why I'm not against that, okay? We have seen, again, Joe Hendry get a lot of really cool opportunities over in WWE. I think if you were to have an NXT guy be a TNA champion, especially TNA World Champion, I feel like that would be so huge that it would actually feel like, okay, we're really doing things here with this TNA WWE partnership. And mind you, they've done a lot of stuff, but I feel like that would cement it a little bit more. And I still don't see, like, if any TNA guy was going to become NXT champion, the only person I can truly see it being is Joe Hendry. But I'm also kind of rooting for this to happen. So, Chin, I'm on board. You didn't need to sell me. I'm sold.
I love it. But also, Denise, there's one more thing.
What is
we
it?
We need you to say fuck Joe Hendry too. You have to say it.
No, I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. I believe in Joe Hendry. It's just that I'm rooting for Trick Williams here.
Here's the other thing.
Here's the thing I didn't like today, though. And I think I just realized it. I'm sorry. It's been a couple of weeks now, and I have to come out and say it. Please do not kill me or roast me or anything. I am not a Dark State fan. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Dark State. When they came out to attack Joe Hendry, I was like, "Aw, these guys again." I'm not on board just yet. They haven't won me over. It's been weeks now, and I'm waiting to be won over. So right now, I'm leaning towards the, "Aw, man." I'm sorry. I liked one thing so far from Dark State, and it was the backstage attack that they did, the brawl. But I need way more. I need way more, Chin.
I mean, you ain't. I'm be honest. You're not too far from how I feel too. Like, I understand what they're trying to do. I get it. We're the spooky mute, the lights. Ooh, oh no, I get it, right? But still, because I feel like no one's strong enough on the mic to make me convinced that they're a threat. That's where I feel like I start with first. There's no real good mouthpiece for this group. I can't tell who's the leader. I don't know why they're here yet. We still don't know why. And it's been weeks. And I feel like I'm just not into it. Like these guys, individuals, I understand trying to get guys over though, but I feel like this should have been on LFG or Evolve.
I thought Channing Stacks was going to do something with them. Isn't he doing something with them?
No. Apparently, it's just going back to him between him and Tony D'Angelo. I thought he may have been like involved with these guys at first. I thought he was the leader of something like that though. But apparently, they're going separate ways now. This is focusing on Stacks versus Tony D and the family, and Dark State is going off to attack Joe Hendry, and I believe they're facing Joe Hendry and Hank and Tank in a match. I believe
Next week, right?
wasn't that
Yeah.
set up? I think so next week. So I don't think they're going to be interacting again anytime soon, though. Which once again, it's so weird. Like they're picking up these wins, all these credible guys, but at the same time, we're also not caring. And I feel like they beat Trick, Oba, and Javon, and I still don't care about them as a
No.
faction like that. And so it says, I don't know what else they need to do, more booking or whatever, though. But like they beat the top guys, and I'm still not viewing them as a top threat. So I don't know.
I think you're right on that. They just need the mouthpiece. They need the official leader to be known here. So I think that's where I'm at with this. But I mean, I remember a couple weeks ago, we all thought that it was going to be Trick Williams. And it is interesting that the Dark State group did attack Joe Hendry. But then again, they kind of just attacked pretty much everybody at this point. Trick Williams has been attacked. Oba, Javon, Joe, all of these people. And here's the thing, like the attacks, I don't know why, but I just feel like it takes away from whatever is happening in that moment in the ring. Like when they attacked Trick and Javon and Oba, I remember being like, no, I was into this. Like we didn't need to include Dark State in this. Like this is too much for me. We did not need this. So I think I kind of felt that way here too, where it's almost like they're being put in, they're sort of being like sprinkled on every single story. I mean, at this point, I'm surprised they don't come out and attack the women because they're pretty much on every single damn story here. And I just want to let it be with the people that are involved.
I agree, and again too with the whole anarchy type, kind of demeanor of them. I don't, maybe because we're older fans, whatever though. But it's like I feel like Dark State, we're this wild, rebellious, anti-group, whatever. We're so wild and dangerous, you can't control us. Let me sign my contract on the dotted line right here, sign with the company, and be on the here. Let me sign right here. And we got insurance too, right? Great, awesome. Yeah, okay, we're signed. Okay, great.
401k.
Yeah. Yeah,
no,
dental, right?
I don't even know which one. I don't got one of these.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm gonna be like, Phoebe, a 401. Can I have a 401, please? I don't have a 401 or a 410 or a 401. I don't got it.
Shout out to Friends, by the way. This lets me know we friends, though, man. Good taste in TV. Office, Friends. These are classic shows on television, y'all. I'm a Ross. I've always been like a Ross Monica guy. Those two crack me up the most.
Me too. They're my favorites. And I feel like usually they're the least popular. I feel like the most popular characters are usually Rachel and also Joey.
Yeah.
I feel like those are the top two loved. And if not, it's like Chandler and Phoebe. Like no one ever really says Monica and Ross.
Their dynamic is so, and I felt like they could have dove into them. Out of all the groups, these two could have had a show on their own and it would have been funny, I feel. But about them and their family and exploits and all that, though, they shouldn't have gone with Joey for the spinoff. I said it. I felt they should have pivoted to them, maybe, and it'd have been really funny, though. But those are my two favorite on there. Ross's character is so hilarious. Like, this guy is such a smart guy, but does such dumb stuff all the time. To be such a smart guy, it's just so funny. And like Chandler,
that's why I relate to Ross. I really do. But we'll get to that another time, Chin. You're getting too into the weeds. I was like, bro, this ain't a Friends podcast.
Sorry. Chat, I'm sorry, y'all. I know they like Chin, quit getting on topic, y'all. I'm sorry about that, y'all. That's y'all. I can sit down, talk with the homie Denise Ball, all kind of stuff. I'm sorry about it. But back to the subject. Back to NXT.
What we were talking about. Where did we get here? How did we get to Friends? What was I saying?
Wait, Dark State. Hold on, wait.
Oh, we were talking about. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. You were saying that Dark State is a little too corporate. Because they're out signing papers, and then I mentioned the 401, Phoebe, and Friends, and then that's how we got here. Okay, guys, sorry.
It was your fault. It was your. It was your fault, Denise. She brought in friends. I didn't bring in
I
friends, guys.
mentioned it, but you took it even further. Okay, all right, we're gonna nose dive into that. But anyways, with that being said, though, there is a big matchup that was made. Or not really a big matchup, but whatever. I was trying to sell it. There's gonna be a battle royal next week, which is gonna be 25 men. And from the looks of it, we're gonna have I think they said backstage that there's gonna be not only NXT guys, but Evolve guys. I think they even said LFG guys, if I'm correct on this. So they're just throwing everybody, which should kind of tell you where we're at with the men's division in that even though we got more faces, we still need plenty more faces. So that should kind of tell you where we're at. But anyways, the Undertaker, by the way, also appeared. He approached Obafemi and basically kind of let him know, like, hey, the future is coming up. This more so felt like a cheap plug for LFG, but it's fine. The Undertaker coming out and letting Obafemi know that people are coming up. I thought this was good because at the end of the day, people that are watching NXT want to see that there's more hope for more dudes coming up on this freaking program and more dudes coming down that pipeline that could eventually be stars. So I did like that they did this and, you know, gave a little bit of a little bit of a rub to the LFG guys, as well as always having Obafemi and the Undertaker on screen is gonna be a rub within itself for Obafemi as well, because I believe this is now the second time the Undertaker and Obafemi have had a thing on NXT. So, anyways, the winner of that battle royal will go on to face Obafemi at Battleground, which I said last week that I feel like every single time they were going to do Trick Williams and Obafemi, someone always cock blocks them and then it never happens one-on-one. So now I'm wondering if it's going to happen again. Chin, my brain is like, okay, given what they've been doing the last couple of months, what if they decide, okay, Trick and Obafemi, right? Finally for Battleground. But then they're like, no. Wait, we're going to add Joe Hendry. Because this always happens. This always happens with Oba and Trick. I don't know why.
And it does. And if that does happen, I'm going to turn heel, okay? Because I'm tired of doing my boy Trick dirty like this. He's right. And that's what I feel that's what makes the heel turn so like amazing because he's right in how he feels. Guys, he lost his NXT title the first time in a bogus fatal four-way. That almost didn't make sense. Why did Sean Spears pull him out the ring? I'll get to that another time. I'm sorry. I'm gonna harp on that though. But like again, every time it's a triple threat, someone comes in. Eddie Thorpe, where's he? By the way, I don't know.
I'm good with that. We don't need to bring him back from the dead, Chin. I'm fine with that. Leave Eddie Thorpe wherever he's at.
I will agree with you. But Javon Evans and now Joe Hendry, like I will be so upset with this. And to go back to your original point, like it does go to show how much they're lacking male talent when rookies on Evolve and LFG can become the number one contender for the NXT title. That's pretty telling that these guys could very well win. This isn't the Royal Rumble. It's supposed to be something serious. We're supposed to have a lot of talent here that want to vie for this opportunity and would probably get mad that they have rookies in it. But it's such lack of talent that they got to throw them in there. And I mean, I get it. I also let you know how much money WWE has right now where they can have the Undertaker just pop in backstage on NXT. Let me tell you something, y'all. These boys are determined to make NXT a hot show, and they're doing it. Undertaker backstage, EO Sky's here, all these amazing crossovers, though. Like, they're giving you all the things you would want on an NXT show, in my opinion. I'm loving it. Seeing Undertaker give Oba a rub again makes, in my opinion, Oba look even more because like, there's nobody better than Undertaker to give the rub to somebody like this saying, hey, you run this now. Who else? Who better than him? And also showing the rookie guys. I don't watch LFG. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know who those guys are. And was, oh my God, it's us. I was like, I don't know who that is. I have no idea.
LFG either. I watched one episode and I haven't gone back. So I just don't have the time to do so. But here's the thing is that I don't think Trick Williams is actually going to win this battle royal. I have a feeling something's going to go down with him and Joe. Who's winning the actual battle royal? That I don't know, but that's just kind of like my gut feeling right now. But let's go ahead and get into the super chats and see what everybody has to say. So here we go. We got, by the way, thank you so much to Jose Nieves Jr., who just became a brand new member of the DWO. Welcome. Thank you so much. We got Bob Ross Jr., who says, I see that Carmen is finally single, and all I gotta say is thank God. Ashante is the Afro head fraud makes us black people look bad. What?
Wow.
What do you mean by an Afro head fraud? What does that even mean?
Dang. Afro head fraud, Bob Ross. You saying that man Afro ain't authentic? You saying that's a wig?
What?
Wow. Listen. First of all, Bob Ross Jr., thanks for super chat, man. That was a sick burn, man. I was a very sick burn, my guy. Woo!
Oh man, I was about to say I'm just glad that they're broken up because I'm not a fan. I just just certain people have chemistry, certain people just don't, and I don't think that Ashanti and Carmen ever really had that chemistry. I don't know why they thought they had chemistry. They just didn't have it together. He was holding her back. I've never been more happy to see somebody break up than
Mhm.
I did today. I was like, when I saw that he was being kind of rude and kind of nasty to her backstage and being a little demanding, I was like, ew, girl, stand up for yourself. Don't be letting that man tell you what to do. So when she just like roundhouse kicked him, I was like, yes, he's done. It's over. I don't want to see them together anymore.
I was happy to see it too, man, because I ain't gonna lie, he was giving me Ike Turner like energy. I didn't like that at all. Like, I don't want this kind of relationship. I don't want this kind of I run you to nope, 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 nope. Scrap it, scrap it, scrap it. I was happy to see it end. I was this whole time, it's all been cringe. So I'm happy it's over for real.
Yeah, it wasn't even cute cringe. That's the worst
No,
part. At
yeah,
least cute cringe, right?
yeah,
Cute cringe I could run with, but this, not so much. We got
yeah.
Sheldon Jackson. Thank you, Bob. We got Sheldon here who says the Battle Royal next week has my attention. With so many people from NXT, TNA, Evolve, LFG, I'm predicting Trick loses and really crashes out. So, okay, Sheldon's on board with me. That also, whatchamacallit, that it doesn't feel like Trick Williams is winning this. Also, I forgot to mention that they mentioned TNA people. That makes things a lot better because at least with the guys from TNA, they come with a lot more experience.
I agree. Adding like guys like Moose in there and those guys, maybe even Nick Nemeth in there. That'd be pretty cool.
I need to look at who everybody that was in that graphic because I didn't look at every single person in the graphic, but they did put everyone's picture though. But everyone just blurred together. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is all one big blob of humans. I need to
They're all like
actually look
this.
at I'm like, I just need to actually give me a list of names. Give me the names instead.
Yeah.
Sheldon, thank you so much, man. We got Ebony Prince, by the way. Happy early birthday. Ebony's Prince's birthday is tomorrow. Hashtag Tourist Gang Good Show. It's when does tourist season officially start, by the way? Like, is that officially like on right now? Okay, it started April 20th. Okay, so April 20th through May 20th is tourist season. I'm somewhere in there. Ebony is with me. Tourist Gang, let's go. Thank you, Ebony. I hope you have a really nice birthday tomorrow, by the way.
Me too, Ebony. Shout out to all the Tauruses, man. But but Virgo can't run it though, really. But shout out to you though. Happy
Really,
birthday.
Chin? The Taurus are the bulls, all right? Who the hell messes with a bull? What's the Virgo sign? Like, what's your symbol?
I
What do you
couldn't tell you
got?
honestly. I think it's a lady. I think it's a lady or something like that. I couldn't tell you.
Okay,
I
I
just
think
know
yeah,
that.
it looks like it's just still like a lady. Yeah, I was trying to see what I thought you guys were gonna have like an animal or something, but come on, a bull bringing
Yes.
them horns. You're done, Chin.
I thought this is like an ant, Denise.
I was trying to make a bull and it looks like an ant.
What?
It's a
Someone's
bug
tuning in right now. Someone's tuning in right now and just seen us doing this. Like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is that? That's no bull. All right, how does one make a bull? I don't know, like this.
I don't know.
Okay, don't wiggle the fingers. That's what it was.
Yeah,
I
don't
was
wiggle.
wiggling the fingers.
Yeah, like feelers.
That's so funny. All right. Anyway, still taking you down. All right. We got Sucho here who says it's a hot take for me to say that NXT crowds are the best in all of WWE, especially the NXT Orlando crowd. I feel like they don't get to talk about more. I feel like they don't get talked about more, is what Sucho says. The NXT crowds have always been really good because they're loyal, they're always there, and they know that they have to bring their A game. Because when you're performing in front of the same crowds, it is so easy for the crowd to be like, oh, this again, right? Or for them not to care about something. But I feel like they carry an extra sense of pride knowing that they are really responsible for driving the show. Because if they stink the room, like if they suck the fun out of whatever the wrestlers are doing, then it's like us, the TV audience, are not going to feel that energy. And as we all know, it's a circle, right? The wrestlers feed off the fans feed off the wrestlers, as well as then us, the audience, we feed off of what we're seeing on the TV.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you, Sucho. We got Stephen Marchuli here who says Trick is behind Dark State. I kind of hope so, Stephen. I know we kind of tossed around this idea a couple of weeks ago, and then we thought it was kind of not happening again. I kind of hope he is, only because that would actually make me a little bit more interested in Dark State. Thank you, Stephen. We got David here. What's up, David? He says, Roxy Io at Backlash, please. What is happening with Ren Sinclair? She was amazing at Deadline, and then nothing. Clash in Paris tickets are 30 grand. Looking at you, John Taylor, the price gouging is crazy. So I haven't looked at the prices for Clash in Paris, and I hope that they're not too expensive because I'm planning on bringing my brother and my sister with me. So I don't know how, I hope that that's not the case. But anyways, so a couple of things here. The women's main event today, Io Sky returned and she teamed up with Jordan Grace to take on Julia and Roxanne. Julia and Roxanne have, as of late, been a tag team from the looks of it. They're a duo. This kind of sprung up out of nowhere, really. But they seem to be getting along. They seem to be on the same page. They're doing fine, I guess. So here's the thing, though. So they did this match, and my goodness, and I knew this. I said this yesterday on the Raw Post Show, Chin. I said, I need Io versus Roxanne. And today solidified that again. After seeing them do the things, they weren't even wrestling each other for that long, right? It was like really the last couple of minutes of this match. And my God, by the way, Io did pin Roxanne. But dude, the beautiful work that they did together, the bridges, the everything, the counters, all of that, it was just so technically sound, so beautiful. I really need to see both of these women wrestle each other one-on-one. Give me 60 minutes. I don't care. I need to see them wrestle more because it was awesome. And then as for Ren Sinclair, I'm not entirely too sure, but we've also talked about how with so many women on the show, your time is going to come and it's going to go. And there are so many women that we haven't really seen on the show. They appear, they disappear. You got to really hang on with all your might because people are here to take spots. Chinedu, touch on any of these subjects.
Oh man, all of that. First of all, David, thank you for the amazing super chat, man. You guys are a phenomenal DWO, man. Much love to you guys for real. I want to see Rox and Io too. The way they moved in that ring, you'd have thought they had been feuding for years. The way they're in there reading each other and handling each other, and like the crowd loved it. I would love to see that at Backlash. Honestly, it can be for the title or non-title. I don't care. I just want to see it happen. I really want to see Roxanne off of NXT. Finally. I don't know when this is gonna be her last run though, but if she's having bangers like this, I'm cool with it. I love that she's intermingling with the main roster like that. I truly love that. Like you said, with Ren Sinclair, it is a very tough roster. It's a very stacked roster. I'm a big Nikita Lyon fan. Ain't seen her in months. All right. Ain't seen her in months. So that's let you know how deep the talent is. We didn't see Thea Hale on TV today either. I mean, I was hoping to see her too, but we may not see her next week either. The way the card is looking, we might not see her next week either. It's really just like a stacked card on this show. I wish them the best. Honestly, may the odds forever be in their favor. A little Hunger Games like SNL, but Clash in Paris. I hope that just throws me off. WWE's coming to Houston in July at Toyota Center. The prices are insane. So I will definitely. I'm not surprised they cost that much. I'm pretty pissed that they cost that much. I'm taking my little brother to Raw, and the way it's looking for us to like do what I want us to do, I'm probably gonna come off a lot. I'll put it that way, a lot. So just yeah, it's crazy. WWE needs to chill out. You might.
I said, remember, Chinedu, you can't be seen in the nosebleeds. You're Houston. You're a Houston gem. You cannot be seen in the nosebleeds.
And that's the truth too, y'all, because I've done that before. They're like, shit, what you doing up here, man? Bro, you must be struggling. I thought the tour was doing good. And everybody comes up, listen, y'all, look, y'all, this is available right now. So I gotta be down there in the mix. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'm famous enough to get shot out on camera. Chinedu's here, man. I want that. I just want to be front row, let them know you boy Chinedu. You know, people be home like, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Who is this dude here? Is that Usher with diabetes? No, it's Chinedu. I'm here. You know, they try to roast your boy sometimes saying that, though, but it's me in the front row, man. But price
Yeah.
is crazy though, man. It has gone up a lot, David, and they kind of should need to chill out a little bit, WWE, on these prices for real. All joking
They
aside.
really do. And this is like the worst time ever to do this. Like, we need to have,
Yes.
and I hate that we're not having a serious conversation about this because, guys, like, life is so expensive. Like, what are we doing charging this much for tickets?
Yeah.
Like,
And
regular freaking people can't afford that. Like, do you not want regular people? Like, what are we doing here? Like, here's the thing. You lower the damn price on tickets. And as a person who's been going to wrestling shows since I was 8, 9 years old, what do, Chin? We go, we take our family members. That's extra tickets right there. We go, we buy food. Food is already expensive. And on top of that, you buy merch. Right?
yeah.
So it's like, hey, I may not be spending a bunch on tickets, right? You may not be making all this money on tickets, but if I don't spend that much on a seat, I'm more likely to buy a t-shirt or two because I saved a little money. So you're still going to make money out of me. So like, don't be like writing off the people that are of lower income. Like, F that, man. I'm not on board with that. Like, let these tickets be affordable to everybody, or a bigger majority of people.
I definitely agree. Wrestling started out as the common man sport. That's how it started off, with just regular blue collar guys. We got $20, $10, $5 for a ticket. Let's go on out. And I feel now it's just gotten too insane. Like, who do you guys want in these like arenas sitting there? Because it's like I don't know who can afford these tickets, honestly, like you said. So I'll be watching at home. That's how I feel. So
sucks. Watch when those prices do go down. Like, I mean, I hope they do go down, but we'll see. We got Jay Stone here who says Joe Hendry and friends versus Dark State, Joe Hendry versus Trig. Talk about the matches that none of these people can afford to lose. That is true. You're right about that. They can't afford to lose these matches. You're completely right. Thank you, Jay Stone. We got Larice Johnson here who says, feels like NXT let me down. I give it 4.4 out of 10. Look, I watched NXT late today, so I tend to enjoy the show even a little bit more when I don't have to watch the commercials. I'm dude, I'm telling you, like, when you actually calculate the time of the segments and the in-ring action, it's really not that much. Like, there is so much time that's being taken off for commercials, and this show flies by. Like, I started watching today's show at 30 minutes after the broadcast, and I was caught up by 6 o'clock. And then I took another break at 6, and I started watching at 6:30, and I caught up. I was done by 7. Like, every hour, you only legitimately have 30 minutes of actual TV time that you're watching, somewhere around there.
Man, again,
so anyways, it's much easier, and so I enjoyed a little bit more.
Yeah, but Larice, a 40, you heard me with that 40. Come on, give me a 7. Something now.
It depends to what we're comparing it to. If we're comparing it to every other average Joe episode of NXT, then I would say maybe give it like a 6 or something. If we're comparing it to some of the best episodes, then sure, a 4.4 is fine, right? So it depends on what we're comparing it to. We got Uncle Donk here who says, who are these randoms showing up without a backstory? Give me a reason to care. Are the LFG guys? Is that what we're talking about? The LFG guys? The randoms? I mean, if you watch LFG, they do their stories on there. But if you're like me and Chin who don't watch LFG, then yeah, we definitely want some backstories for sure. But they'll get there. This was just a simple introduction of, hey, there's more guys coming down this pipeline.
I thought it was OTM at first. I was like, oh man, they back. Oh, that's not them.
Thank you, Uncle Donk. We got Saif Dead Super who says Starks just doesn't feel as special as in AEW. Well, the match with Lexis King was not explosive. It was just a very simple matchup. I don't know how to explain it. I think I was expecting more from Saints and Lexis King here, but it was just very quick. It was in and out, quick and done.
Yeah, it was fine. You say it's fine. It was fine. It wasn't anything to go to write home about though, but it was fine. I don't know. I feel like he needs a better feud to go into the. We saw him fight Rich Holland. Ethan Page is all. Ethan's solid, but and then Lexis King. I like Lexis, but
they got to get him in there with like a TNA. Bring in a TNA guy. Bring in like Ricky Saints and Joe Hendry at some point is something I would want to see too, because again, two guys on the mic that are really good. I
Yeah.
would want to see that. I just feel like right now there's not very many toys for Ricky Starks to play with at the moment. And so they're kind of doing with what they do. Because even commentary was like, what is next for Ricky Starks? And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't got no answers for you guys. You tell me. I don't know what's next for Ricky Starks.
You know what's gonna happen? Paul can go in the catering one more time. Hey man, who ain't doing shit? Grayson Waller, come here. Go on. You need it. No. Come on. You going to NXT next week? That's how it's gonna be.
Honestly, I hate to say it, but I wouldn't mind seeing Grayson Waller and or Austin Theory in NXT. I feel like they actually could, but separately. I'm not as a team. And I know they did do a couple. They did do that match with Obafemi, so I did not forget that. But if they were separate and had their characters pushed, I actually think they could complement a lot of the NXT guys very nicely.
I agree. I think they should go back to kind of like not redevelop though, but just get more time for us to like get invested in our characters the way I feel we should.
They need to hit the reset button, the refresh button on Grayson Waller's a really good talker. I really like Grayson Waller. I was a fan of his in NXT, but I feel like them putting him with Austin Theory took a lot away from him. He's kind of a guy that I think shines better on his own. And Austin Theory, I think, just needs a little bit of a reset button. So that's kind of where I'm at with both of those guys. So we'll see what happens. We got Day Day here who says Dark State is Retribution 2.0. Phoebe, Joey get together? ? They never got together, did they? It was only Joey and Rachel, but I hated that. When Joey and Rachel got together, what? I hated it, Chin.
It was so uncomfortable when I saw them, even when they were kissing. It was like, oh,
yes, it was like watching, like if you saw your parents kiss, you're like, I don't want to see that. Turn it away. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I don't know if you watched that '70s show, but it was like it was like Jackie dating Fez. It was like
yeah, I preferred her with Hyde actually, because they just had like polar opposite personalities, so it fit on the show. But yeah, I don't remember much of her. She dated Fez at one point, because I don't really remember.
I think
it wasn't even remarkable enough for me to remember her dating Fez.
Yeah, I think near the end they did, when it was getting close to the 80s.
Oh, I see. Okay. Thank you, Day Day. We got Dream Ninja 77 here who says Io versus Roxanne could main event WrestleMania right now. Good God. Facts, though. Honestly, Dream Ninja, straight up facts. That's all I've got to say. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so glad that everybody loved those moments that we saw with Io and Roxanne as much as they did. We got MSQ here. Thank you so much. Says the Jay Jacob reference in Sammy's promo to Braun was this. Oh shit! Wait, I don't know if MSQ. Oh, MSQ sent a follow up. Okay, let me catch up. Let me skip to MSQ to finish off, and then I'll go back to the other ones. We got MSQ who says Sammy said if he keeps looking at me like that, he's gonna get his face kicked in. Okay, so that was the reference. Jay said if you keep staring at me like that, I'm gonna knock your ass out. MSQ, thank you so much for sharing this. I know MSQ had brought this up on the last post show, and I wasn't entirely too sure what MSQ was talking about on those ones. So thank you so much for filling me in here on the reference. Chin, did you want to say something? Sorry.
I'm not. I remember the reference though. It was weird because I remember when Jay did it with Jacob Fatu, the crowd was hyped for it. The crowd didn't really care when Sammy said it. Just a side note, the crowd really wasn't feeling Sammy. Yeah, the crowd. I mean, like, I know this isn't Raw, but like the crowd really was not feeling Sammy. Like they weren't feeling him. Like his whole crusade against like Seth and all. I call them Division in my mind, so that they're never their group, whatever. That's my mind. But they're not feeling him as a babyface on this one. So I'm hoping maybe a heel turn could be in the works for him, maybe though, because they were not feeling. They were cheering Seth. They're cheering one more time to slam that boy.
I couldn't believe that. What are they doing? They were killing Sammy. 4 spears and the crowd was chanting one more. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, guys, this isn't just anybody. This is Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn tends to pull at our heartstrings, and we're out here wanting for him to get another spear.
Yeah, crowd ain't feeling that no more. Not right now. The crowd like, man, we tired of that feel good stuff, man. They don't want it no more. Which I was shocked. Yeah.
Me too. Anybody else, I would have been like, yeah, what more? But Sami Zayn, we don't play with Sammy like that.
Yes, he's beloved as Dave Bryan.
Exactly. MSQ, thank you so much for the super chats and for the reference, and seriously for tuning into the show. Thank you. We got Bob Ross Jr. who says, Io Sky has been on a run this year. She had the best match at Mania, Raw after Mania, and tonight she is finally treated like the number one star of the women's division. Yeah, that was a huge conversation, going into this matchup, the triple threat. She was being disrespected left and right? When the last time she was champion, she was also being disrespected by not being presented like a champion, right? Like certain people get presented on a different pedestal. And so I think like Io Sky, like even seeing her do like more, I don't know if you saw her when she was like on that blimp and stuff, doing things as simple as that. That's what champions do. That's what people who represent the company do. Her having an in-ring promo, things that need to be done for a champion. Her having big opponents to wrestle, going on another show, getting more eyeballs to Io Sky and having people talk about her. Those are things you do with champions. And I do like the fact that they are, like Bob Ross Jr. here says, putting a little bit more respect to Io's name, because at the end of the day, this woman can work. She's hella entertaining, and she is just a damn good wrestler. Thank you, Bob Ross. We got Mr. D here who says, I'm starting to get concerned. Roxanne Perez has not won a one-on-one match since February 17th, 2025. Is she now a jobber? I don't think she's a jobber. I think she's really, really putting in the dang work. I don't know why she's losing so much. I know this was something that we touched on last week, because last week we were like, hey, man, a little bit too many losses here for Roxanne. Yeah, what are we doing? But it's weird because even though she's getting all these losses, she's finding wins in so many other ways. Like, look at us today. Who are we talking about? There was 4 women in that match, Chin. And we are specifically talking about the interactions between Io and Roxanne.
Oh, yeah. And Mr. D, I understand the concern too, though. But I feel, I hate saying this, but in Roxanne's case, the wins and losses don't necessarily matter because they're keeping her book solid. They're keeping her infused and things like that. They're keeping her name. It's just working out for her. Whatever. She's the prodigy, man. Again, I'm a big Roxanne fan. If anybody can pull this off, prodigy, baby. You know what I mean? Shout out to Roxanne. Future world champion.
Match with Rhea Ripley this Monday. With Rhea Ripley, who is one of the biggest stars in WWE, and she looks so freaking smart in there, attacking her leg, and had a great match with Rhea Ripley. What was it, a week or 2 before that? She had a big match with who? Tiffany Stratton on SmackDown.
Amazing.
So she's making the rounds, man. But yeah, I do agree with you, Mr. D. Let's get some W's for Roxanne. But at least now I'm not so down in the dumps about it, only because she is finding wins in other ways. Thank you, Mr. D. We got David Primero here who says, to be honest, I don't see anyone in LFG that are star material. Those guys that involve like Swipe Right have more charisma. Plus the women's division is stacked for years. Yeah, the women's division, bro. That's the thing. I don't know, man. Like if I was a female wrestler coming into NXT, I would be scared shitless. I'd be like, damn, I gotta compete with all of these top freaking women. This is insane. There's a lot. But I haven't seen LFG enough to actually say, and I also haven't seen Evolve at all either. So I can't even say what that's looking like at the moment. But dude, I want to see more guys come up. I want to see them create as many more guys that we're interested in, kind of like they've been doing with the women. And so I'm just kind of hoping that they find them. I really, really hope that they find more dudes to like push, because right now it's slim pickings. Thank you, David Primero. We got Uncle Donk here who says WWE won't drop prices as long as there's demand at these price levels. It's simple demand and supply. I agree ticket prices are unaffordable for an average Joe. Yeah, and that's what pains me, because Uncle Donk, you're right. You're 100% right. And that pains me. It pains me, Chinedu, like to think about that. So I mean, it's not like you can be like, hey, stop purchasing. That's not going to happen. Rich people don't give a fuck. They're like, screw you poor person. It's sad. So, like, we're never going to get on the same page. It sucks.
Denise, you ain't never lied, though. And it's to a point. Do you remember when they were like bragging about it, too? And they had to stop for a little bit, though, because fans were like, what? We've broken an all-time record, basically saying, hey, guys, we took a whole bunch more of your money. even more like a big time record now. They had to stop doing that for a little bit though, because it was getting like, all right, that's enough, guys. We see you winning. I can't afford eggs. And you guys are talking about another blockbuster gate record band event. I don't want to hear that right now, man. And again, it's just too expensive. Too expensive.
You know, I saw the other day on the news that and I probably should have read up a little bit more on it, but I did see on the news though that supposedly, I don't know how true this is, that they have more Americans are now paying for their groceries with pay later formats. You know how you can pay later in some places?
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently that's a thing that's happening. And I'm like, holy shit. And I'm like, you know, we talk about eggs. I'm buying my eggs at wholesale. I think it's much easier now to buy a bulk of, I have so many eggs in my refrigerator, Chin, but because I buy them wholesale because they're cheaper that way. What the hell?
And you have to, it's so expensive where like going to the grocery store right now, man. I really, it's a date. That's a date night now, man. I dropped, I can't even tell you how much I've spent on here, man, with these two kids, man. But
dude,
it's a lot.
I feel right now in California, just based off of like just simple what I've been noticing for my grocery shopping, I feel like it's $100 per person per like week or so. It's insane. And you're just like, what the hell? Like, I'm buying the bare minimum. What are we doing? No Doritos for you, Denise. Okay. Those are not in the budget.
They ain't in the budget.
Fuck your Doritos. That's what they told me today. They said, fuck your Doritos, Denise. Oh, man. Uncle Dong, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I'm going to get me some Doritos. All right. A girl just wants Doritos. Oh, man, I can't. We got Anthony Giuliano here who says, Denise, did you see Orlando getting a baseball team called Orlando Dreamers? Can't wait for the stadium. It will be next to SeaWorld. I did not see that. Thank you for letting me know, man. Chinedu's still dead right now.
Man, F your Doritos.
F your Doritos. We got David here who says, I got lower bowl seating at Backlash for $200 with taxes and fees. Parking is $50. Thankfully, I live close, so I'm taking an Uber. Actually, that's not too bad. The lower bowl seating for $200, that's not bad, David.
That's actually real good, man.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not bad at all. We got Anthony Giuliano here who says you can see the Undertaker being a manager role. I don't know. Isn't that kind of weird? But then again, would you have ever thought that the Undertaker would have been a YouTuber? Really?
Nope.
Would you have ever thought that?
Nope, not at all. The fact that we just see him on a Tuesday just in the back, hey guys, it's me, the Undertaker, just in the back at NXT. Like we remember we would see him once a year sometimes.
Yeah.
Once a year.
I know, it's wild. Make Economics says Denise is selling eggs on the side. I should sell some eggs on the side. Oh man, that's so funny. All right, let me see, where are we at? We got Arm Twirl here who says, anyone else hoping for a fun Joe Hendry Hank and Tank entrance song, yo, with the Hong Kong? That would actually be kind of fun. I'm on board with that. By the way, Hank and Tank now champs, and they had another really entertaining matchup here today. I'm just happy that my guys are finally getting their due. I've been a Hank and Tank fan for a while now, and they defeated Josh Briggs and Inamura here today. And I knew this match was going to be good because Briggs and Inamura have been a damn good tag team. So, man, Hank and Tank, they're becoming favorites now on the show. A lot of people have been tweeting me being like, hey, Denise, I'm on board now with Hank and Tank.
I think it was great to give them the titles. I think it was also a really good move to move Fraxium, because in order for these guys to really grow, you gotta get them off the show. Because Fraxium was the top tag team forever and ever and ever and ever. Now they're on SmackDown. I'm just happy for them. But now this gives time to open up the tag team division to new teams, new rivalries, and establish Hank and Tank as the guys, because they really are amazing. And to have Joe Hendry there with them, I love the dynamic they have as tag champions and world champion, because the comedy they can do and the bits they can do, they couldn't do it Oba. Oba's too serious, though. So I really like this matchup between them and Joe Hendry. It'll be very entertaining and very fun match.
We got JJ Castile here who says EO realizing how strong Jordan is with a handshake. Also, early match predictions for NXT Battleground. I love that. I thought that was adorable, by the way, that little backstage interaction that EO and Jordan had. Okay, so Battleground, damn, I'm really hoping that Let me see. I feel like, well, we did have Julia and Jordan go at it, so it looks like they may be doing something. I do think we'll see Joe Hendry and Trick Williams, so that's 2 matches right there. I'm not entirely sure who Obafemi will end up facing. I have a feeling it'll probably be someone from TNA. However, I haven't actually looked at everybody that is in the actual battle royal. And then what else? Who else am I forgetting right now? Those are probably the top matches that I'm expecting at the moment. Thank you, JJ Castillo. We got Stephen Martrulli here who says Wesley versus Ricky Saints feud. I remember when they had that little interaction where it was Ethan Page. Who was it? It was Ethan Page, Eddie Thorpe, Lexis King, and Wesley. When they were doing that whole story for a bit, that whole segment, excuse me. And I remember saying, okay, we know Ethan Page is going to win and he's going to be the number 1 contender to face Ricky Saints heading into Stand and Deliver, right? But I had said that Wesley, I think, would be the better match. So I do want to see Wesley coming up there and having a match with Ricky because I do think wrestling-wise, that would be the stronger way to go.
I agree, Steven. I was actually about to suggest Wesley win the battle royal because I remember, although he was a face, him and Oba had some great matches against each other. Though I know he would work a different style against Oba now, but him having henchmen, I think will make at least an entertaining match though. But Wesley versus Ricky Saints, I'm all aboard for that too, because I want Wesley back on TV. I know I was happy for the heel turn, but I feel like they've kind of struggled to kind of get him going as a top heel. And I feel this could be the thing that could really get it going.
We got love for Boost here who said WWE put a 145% tariff on AEW tickets. Yeah. Insane. Love for Boost. Thank you for the super chat. We got Anthony Giuliano here who says LFG has the next Bloodline women. I forgot her name. She's big and strong. Denise, what is your favorite dish to cook? I don't cook actually at all. I am a terrible cook, but I love to make eggs for breakfast. That's it. That's the extent of my cooking. I don't do the cooking, unfortunately. I'm just not skilled in that department. Chinedu, do you do any cooking?
I do. If my wife is watching, I'm lying. I'm kidding. But I'm decent in the kitchen now. I can make good dishes. I can make me a good pasta, good hamburger helper, good burgers, some good. The plantain I can make now. The plantain I will make you egusi soup. All of these things. Hi. But yes, I'm decent in the kitchen though. But my wife is a much better cook than I am. Much better.
Thank you, Anthony. We got Andrew Tam here who says, I'd be going May 25th to WWE Raw in Tampa. The first time paid $503. Floor row 4 by ramp. Never had 4 row. It was fun times. Yeah, I feel like $500 for floor seats. I'm like, wait, I'm trying to think. I never really bought floor seats, to be honest. The last time I sat on the floor for Raw was when I was a kid and my uncle paid for the tickets. And I think they were like $100-something back then. I don't really know what those prices are right now, though. That I'm not entirely too sure. Thank you so much, Andrew. We got Rafael Garcia who says, was late to NXT, but what do you mean they broke up Metaphor? This had to happen. Metaphor is no longer together, and I think we all saw the writing on the wall, and I'm glad that they pretty much ended it very quickly.
I am too. The way Lash did, when Lash did, I was like, yeah, it's over. It's over. Denise is somewhere happy right now, man. This is done, and it needed to end.
Dude, I was cheering. I was like, yeah. It's over. I cheered for that. I cheered for the breakup of Metaphor, and I cheered for the breakup of Carmen Petrovic and Ashanti the Adonis today. So I was just rooting for breakups. Thank you, Rafael Garcia. All right. I think we basically covered all of the show today. Oh yeah, Chase U is back.
I knew you were gonna do that.
I almost wanted to just skip over it, but I knew everybody would call me out if I did.
I know you did. Thank you, chat, for making sure that it was brought up, guys. Y'all the best. Shout out to Chase U.
What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? All right, I was like, oh, yay, Chase U is back. Not. Yeah. I don't care. This is not for me.
Yeah. Maybe they'll turn heel.
What? I don't even know. What does the heel university look like? Everybody gets Fs no matter how hard you try, you get an F.
I mean, yeah, it's bad because you can't name one successful alum. Not a one. Not even Andre Chase.
No, he went into gambling debt. What is he doing being a teacher?
Thank you. Why are y'all following this man? Gambling problems. He basically like pimped out the ladies. He needed that calendar, had exploiting his students.
And
for
now,
gambling
on
debt.
top of that, they don't even have the characters that you could get invested in. At least before, I would still like seeing Thea Hale. They don't even got Thea Hale there. So now,
Nope.
whatever the new version of Chase U is going to be, they got to get some people, some lovable people on board.
Yeah. I found out, and I think if I remember this correctly, apparently Jada Parker was in Chase U at one point.
Oh God, thank God she wasn't on Chase U anymore. I didn't know
right?
that.
There's like a clip of, I think if I remember correctly, I hope this wasn't a fever dream, but there's a clip of her somewhere where she was smiling in the background as a part of Chase U, if I'm not mistaken.
Can you imagine if Jada Parker would have been a mainstay in Chase U, Chin?
Been a major mistake. Major mistake.
Saying. So how many people aren't held back on their potential because they're stuck in a red sweater on Chase U? Whatever.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I'm just a hater, okay? I'm just drinking that haterade. All right, we got Day Day here who says it's definitely a must-see to watch LFG. Gunther, a Devon, CM Punk episode are the best, and the trainees do have personality. Pay later, grocery wild. Okay, I had wanted to see, because I had seen the clips of Gunther and CM Punk on the show, and I kept saying that I wanted to see it, and I wanted to see it, and I still want to see that, because promo class in front of CM Punk sounds hella terrifying, and I want to see what that turns out to be like. Thank you, Day Day. We got Anthony Giuliano here, says thanks for time for Denise to join Chase University. I'd rather go to jail, okay? I'd rather turn into a felon. All right.
Oh my God.
I'd rather my mom be ashamed of me because I'm locked up for selling drugs.
Somebody
go to Chase University.
Listen, Denise, please clip that and post that. I'd rather go to jail.
I'd rather go to jail. That's so sad.
Hey, I'm Denise.
Hey, orange is the new black, okay? Not red, not a Chase U red sweater. Oh, man. Anthony, thank you so much for the super chat. We got Bob Ross Jr. who says, I'm convinced that WWE is letting Io Sky be herself and let her be energetic bunny that she is. That's what they need to do. They always say the best characters are themselves times 10. Thank you, Bob Ross Jr. We got Arn Twirl here who says, Chase U preparing people for life after wrestling. Who? Thea Hale had to do a complete rebranding. Who? Who's been prepared for life after wrestling following Chase U?
Y'all gonna make Denise crash out on this thing behind the shade. She's like, stop antagonizing this woman. Stop.
Oh,
man. Playing her face, man. Stop.
Arn Turl, thank you for trying to save Chase U, but I just can't get on board. We got Larice Johnson here who says, where's Nikita Lyons at? She needs a championship opportunities. Guys, the women's division is stacked. So many women, not enough spots. That's what we're seeing.
The injury bug really set her back, man. Because I remember when they were pushing her real heavy like 2 years ago, but the injuries as this
wild. FGP 016 says, Denise, who do you hate more, Karrion Kross or Chase U? For me, it's Chase U, then Karrion Kross. I prefer Karrion Kross over Chase U.
Yeah, man. I heard Santi say, man, the crowd's clamoring for Karrion. I was like, clamoring, really? Clamoring?
I think there's a section of fans. It's always a section of fans that like just click with certain people. So
yeah, I can't take this. I can't take them seriously. They're booing Sami Zayn right now. I can't take anybody seriously right now on Raw. I can't take this crowd serious right now. So
we're booing Sammy, and people want me to get on board with Chase U. What is this alternate lifeline that we're in? Like this is the Twilight Zone. What is this? Oh, man. Alrighty, guys. That's it for us here today. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to the NXT Watch Along. I'm sorry, not the Watch Along. I'm so used to doing Watch Alongs that I'm just saying it now. Sorry. Okay, NXT review, pardon me. Tomorrow, Reg and I will be here for the AEW Dynamite Watch Along, as well as the review show. Friday, I'll be here for a SmackDown and review show as well. And then, yes, believe it or not, You're not going to hear this wrong. I will be here on Saturday for Collision. I'm back, baby. All right, we got a super chat here from Arn Twirl who says, all right, I had to fix it. Super chat is too restrictive. Chase you preparing the jobbers real wrestlers need. Oh, okay. See that's all I'm gonna say. I ain't even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna say, look, we need people to defeat on the show. All right, that's fair. That's fair. Thank you, Arn Turl, for the super chat. All right, Chinedu, what do you got going on?
Well, of course, we'll have the MI Age Mate Tour. The first show is this Thursday in Houston, guys. Over 200 tickets have already been sold, y'all. It's going to be a packed show. I'm very happy about this, guys. Free Whataburger is on the line. Free Bluebell Ice Cream is on the line. Shout out to my sponsors. I cannot wait to see all you guys across the state of Texas throughout this year. I just added the Woodlands for June, and I added Lake Jackson in December. We're adding more shows across Texas. RGV in the Valley. Y'all have messaged me. I will be coming out there, guys. Catch me at Cena El Rey and McAllen, Texas this summer, guys. So Brownsville, McAllen, West Lago, Far, all you guys, come on out, see you boy in the RGV. I'm coming out there, okay? In terms of everything else, visit tickets at Chindedu.com. In terms of this channel, I want you guys to go on Denise's channel right now and watch her great every WrestleMania 41 Superstar performance. It's amazing. It's a great one. It's an unboxing video. We talk about Aleister Black's return. It's so much great content on here. There's an interview with Tiffany Stratton on here, Damian Priest, the press conference with Triple H on here, Logan Paul, Becky Lynch, John Cena. So much content on here, okay? Has a great interview with Javon Evans, all right, about his WWE NXT experience, wrestling Randy Orton, so much more. There's an interview with Trick Williams on here, okay? All this content on here for free. Underline free 3 times. All y'all got to do is hit the like button and watch it. Hit play all. Okay, share the content and you're good. There's also a quick interview with Jimmy and Jay Uso, the new World Heavyweight Champion. All this stuff for you guys. All right, you know how hard it is to get these kind of interviews. Okay, all right. I came and listen. I came to interview MC Hammer. Okay, I can't get nobody on my show. This girl got top stars on her program. Okay, watch the content and support it. Okay, don't be a dick. Give it a click.
Thank you, Chin. We got Day Day here who says we need more Lola Vice. She's so fine and talented. She's been one that we're like, where is Lola Vice? We're such a big fan of hers. I can't wait to see more of her. Day Day says, my family live in McAllen in the Valley. Let's go. Hell yeah. Shout out, man. Thank you so much for tuning in, Day Day. All righty. With that being said, that is our show. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.